Hey guys, Steve Hanford here. I want to talk about judges and qualified judges versus unqualified judges. Do you want low experience black belts or high experience black belts? I know which one I would like. Sometimes I'd like the low experience one so they won't see any of my possible mistakes. But you definitely want the high experience judge. We went to a tournament over the weekend, and we've had some people unfortunately come to our tournaments like this too, but they said, I've been training and teaching for 40 years, I'm taking today off. Well, what happened at this last tournament, instead of having the 40 years of experience black belt on the panel, we put a little 15, maybe 16-year-old kid up there. 15, junior black belt at least, where other tournaments put colored belts, brown belts or whatever. So would you want a 15 or 16-year-old kid judging or a 60-year-old that's been training for 40 years? I know you should want the more experienced one. And what happened this weekend was just so hilarious. So there were 3 people in the division. He scored like a 7.5 and an 8. And I mean, he was looking over at his friends most of the time. But then this kid came up, the third competitor came up, did his form, froze, looked up, and then started doing his form again. The guy gave him a 9.5. 9.5 for messing up, but I bet he was probably his friend or his friend's brother or something like that. And the experience helps. Unfortunately, we get black belts that come to our tournaments that don't dress out because they know I don't want black belts in street clothes. At this last tournament, there are people in jeans and a hoodie scoring. I didn't know these people. I guess apparently they were black belts. They sure weren't acting like black belts as they were coaching from the corner for their own student. Coaching was allowed at that tournament. But think of it from a parent's point of view. All right, Mr. Smith is an 8th degree black belt and is known by all the black belts there, but the orange belt's mom has no clue who that guy is, who came from a different town and a different school. But all of a sudden, this guy comes in jeans and a t-shirt, and he's now the center judge. What? Why? Who is that guy? Think about dressing the part. Whenever I go somewhere, I'm in uniform. I judge, and I'm judging in uniform. That's part of black belt responsibility. You go and help. You don't let the tournament promoter have to use brown belt teenagers. At the last tournament we had at the Fort Wayne, we had enough black belts. We had some first degrees out there that probably could have learned a little bit. Whenever we have first degree black belts and enough black belts, I love to make 5 per ring so that maybe if their scores aren't great, maybe theirs gets tossed out. But also they can learn from the other judges. But we had 5 black belts in street clothes just there to watching their students, watching the tournament. Would I love to watch my students? 100%. Am I ever going to? No. Because your responsibility as a black belt is to show up and help the tournament. And I don't get too many complaints at tournaments from judging. I did this last one, but I was able to prove that person wrong on stuff that we'll talk about in another video. Ring positioning during sparring. I don't get many complaints when it comes to forms and weapons because the judges pretty much know what they're looking for. But would you want a first degree that got his black belt last year judging, who's only been training for 5 or 6 years? Or do you want that 40-year veteran in the martial arts that knows, hey, that person dropped the catch. I know that's deduction. Where the other guy might say, well, the form was pretty good. Yeah, he missed a catch, but the form was pretty good. In the rules meeting, we talk about this. So if your instructor shows up in street clothes, invite them to participate and help next time. If your instructor doesn't show up to support you or the tournament, invite them. It's part of your martial arts journey, and you want your instructor to be there and hopefully support you along the way. And if they don't, I apologize. So all you can do is ask. And I hope you guys the best. and hope that your instructors help out. And black belts, thank you for the ones that do help. Thank you so much. The tournament can't go on without you. The reason our tournaments continue to grow is because of the fair judging that they get. So it's because of you guys that keep the competitors coming back. So thank you so much. Have a good day.